So I wanted to go over the technique of doing a roll down. I'm on a reformer machine. This can also just be done on the mat or with a little ball behind your back. So the technique is the same. So we always like to start and finish where we live, which is nice and tall up through your spine, shoulders are relaxed. Now often when I see the roll down, what I see, this is what not to do, is I see the upper body collapsing and rounding. And then when people come up, their head is down, chin down to the chest, and then they come up. We actually want to perform this exercise initiating from the abdominals, and then the upper body and the head follow. So we take a breath in, and now as I exhale, I want to keep the position between my head and shoulders the same. And what I do is I initiate through my lower abdominals. So if you can see the scoop happening, I think about my sits bones reaching towards my heels and my pubic bone coming towards my belly button. Then I sink my belly to my spine and draw my abdominals up under the ribs. So I'm sort of cueing it through my mind's eye. I take a breath, and as I exhale, I do the same thing. I draw my lower abdominals in, I sink belly to spine, and then draw up under my ribs, sitting tall. Now I'll do this again. So notice as I go back, the movement initiates from my pelvis. So I'm drawing in. Again, I think about sits bones reaching to my heels, pubic bone to my belly button, and I continue to work through mid and then upper abdominals. I check here, my shoulders are relaxed. Notice my head. I think of my head as a big vertebra. So my head just goes where my sternum goes. I'll go one more time. So I'm not changing anything between my head and my shoulders. Instead, I'm progressively moving from my pelvis through my lower back and then my ribs. Now I'll take a breath in. As I come up, I think about my abdominals pressing my ribs back, and that's what brings me forward and up. So this can be done as a mat exercise as well. And as I go back, I do the exact same thing. Now the difference is I don't have the springs supporting me, so that I have to use more of my abdominals. So on my own is more challenging than it is with the springs assisting. And I'll talk about that another time, how we can use the springs to both deepen the work as well as to help modify and all the way up. So a roll down. I hope you find that helpful. The key, initiate from the lower abdomen up and let the head and the shoulders just gently follow position.